We just want to give up school because that shit, man, look, that shit has been in work. Because, it's been plenty of times I'm sick of this shit. I'm about to just turn my badge in and be done.
Yeah.
And then looking back now, because I just got a promotion and I love my new job.
Yes. You need claps for that.
Right. And I just was like, imagine all those days where I wanted to knock all that shit over and just be like, I'm done. Like, what if I would not have persevered? What if I would have just given up then?
Who knows?
And just like, I would definitely be back to working 2 jobs and not back at school.
That's not the business.
Not doing, and I'm like, see, it is a thing with, just being persistent and keep going and keep fighting no matter how hard it gets.
Is there such thing as being too persistent or something, though?
Yeah.
All right.
Them sugar daddies with your aggressive asses.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it helps if you have an end goal, like
All right.
what's
that makes
at
sense.
that finish line that you keep going to. Like if it's a bunch of bullshit at the end of it, and you just keep steady throwing yourself towards it, then you just gonna be running in circles.
Right.
And I got some tips too. I'm gonna talk about later.
All right.
But it's just like you gotta have a goal. And then I was thinking about DMX. Like, dude, we just said 14. He was hooked on drugs, and yet my man still put out good music, helped
hooked on crack.
Yes,
and look at what he accomplished. That's crazy,
had a whole family, a wife, people that looked up to him, prayers. People like I was reading something on Twitter, and this girl was like, how he brought her back to church. You would never think DMX as an evangelist.
They talked about one with Tiny Lister. Debo. He was at one of his concerts, and DMX saw him in the crowd, stopped the show, said a prayer for him, and it got him touched so much he got up on stage to give DMX a hug, and he just stood there crying.
See?
Yeah, he is like people, like even when he's on shows, like he was on the Breakfast Club, he was like, he's finna get ready to go, and they was like, no, you can't leave until you give us a prayer. That's what he does. Like before his shows, man. Yeah, you're right.
Just
at 14,
just wow, and he kept it moving.
You gotta keep it moving.
That's one of my favorite sayings. You either gonna keep it moving or you gonna keep it moving, because it's the same sentence, but it means 2 different things. You either gonna keep it moving and move forward, or you gonna keep it moving and leave whatever you trying to do behind. Like, what you gonna do?
Nah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
So, because you got to keep it moving regardless.
Yeah.
It's just the direction you choose to put it in.
Yeah, because no matter how you look at it, it's going to keep going.
Yeah, like, you can't stop because you don't want to.
Stop it. You're not going to stop it.
Yeah.
It's going to keep going. So, yeah, you're right.
So.
You gotta stay focused. Sometimes it's hard to keep that focus, man.
It is. I got some tips for y'all, though. You already know my number one.
What's your number one?
Therapy.
Yeah, therapy.
I don't care how many times y'all gonna hear me say it. Take your ass to therapy, because I promise you need it.
You think you don't, but you do.
You do. And it be so funny because we be rolling their eyes. I don't need no therapy. Yes, you do. Yes,
you the main one.
Yeah.
I know you.
Right.
Yes.
And therapy doesn't always mean that you have a mental illness.
Nope.
It's like, from all the bullshit you're conditioned to growing up, and especially with men, being able to, not even just men, but men and women, holding your feelings inside, trying to be so aligned and in place with the general population that you don't fully get to be you without being told you're angry.
Yep, men go through that a lot.
Come on now.
It's like they're the ones always taught to stop crying. Be this.
Right.
Do this.
Man up. Don't be soft.
Yeah.
Don't be a bitch. Yeah.
Fuck that. That ain't doing nothing but
holding it up, and then you spaz out and wonder why.
Yep.
Wonder why you don't flip. Because you done held this shit in for 30 years, bruh, and somebody said the wrong thing and you snapped. And now I don't have no bail money, and I don't know what we gonna do.
Sorry. Sorry, I ain't got nothing for you. You're right.
Yes.
It has definitely helped me a lot. it has definitely helped me a lot.
Man, I be talking to my children. I asked my oldest, I said, because he hadn't seen his father since he was like 2. And I'm always talking to him about it. And I'm like, well, not always much, because he finally told me. I said, would you ever want to go to therapy? He was like, for what? My family is my therapy. I was like, oh, all right. Well, I mean,
as long as you're getting it out. Like
all
something,
right.
Yeah, because it's like you said, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be like something's mentally wrong. Sometimes you just need to get stuff out. It don't even have to be bad stuff.
It's an unbiased opinion.
Yes,
and it's in confidence. You ain't got to worry about somebody coming back to you, throwing up what you said in your face.
Exactly.
Bruh.
That's big. That's
who you telling? Big. Somebody that doesn't have these. Get you a therapist. Your insurance pay for it. And if your insurance doesn't pay for it, your employer has an employee assistance program. Wow. They will pay for it.
I did not
Look
know
it up. EAP. It's in your HR. They'll pay for it. They can't tell your job shit. Yes. Yeah. Oh, your job got one.
What?
Mine too. So yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying. Yeah. They will help you out.
Shout out to Miss Sylvia.
Yeah. I'm not saying mine because I'm not sharing. And next is a good support circle. Man, somebody for one to call you out on your shit. Not that's gonna be steady patting you on the back and aligning with your bullshit. No, you need somebody support for real. That's what I say. So that's what you want to do. Well, I don't think that's right. Somebody that's gonna
even that's stupid.
That's stupid.
Don't even sugarcoat it.
and all my friends know, and I've gotten better about how blunt I am because I've been told I am too honest. And I'll be like,
Honesty's the best policy.
I'm like, am I too honest or did I say it rough as fuck? Because it's a difference.
It is different.
I know me. I can be a little harsh. But, I mean, either way, I said, you understood what I said.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And you listened. So.
Yeah. So you're going to remember.
So I did exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So
what needed to be done.
A good support circle. Somebody that's definitely not going to throw up in your face. Somebody that's going to let you air out. And then when you ask for advice, don't give you bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, be real with you and, be there for good times and bad. Because you can't just be my friend when I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
absolutely correct.
And my friends know I need a minute where I don't talk to nobody. Mm-hmm. It might be a couple of days. It might be a week. It might be a month. Like, I'm all right. And you ain't do nothing wrong. I just don't feel like talking to nobody. But once I get out of it, I'll be good. I need those friends that's going to understand that about me.
Yep.
That's
big. That's real big. Because if the people you in your circle don't understand you.
Right.
Why the fuck they in your circle?
And it go the same way. I'm better about, I'm good, but I just need a minute. Mm-hmm. I'll be back. I promise you I'm straight. Yep. So it goes both ways. It's not always you leaning on them. It's being forthcoming with them as well.
That's something I had to understand too. Because sometimes it's like, especially when you know you've done something wrong and a person just ain't talking to you, you feel like it's always you at that point. But sometimes it's just like, look, I just need to chill. So, yeah.
I don't need y'all being worried, popping up at the house. I'm good. And speak positivity over yourself. Damn, you just talked to me about this.
Yeah, I did. You got to. You got to, man. You got to.
Let me pay attention to my own advice.
Please.
You got to speak positive about yourself. Like, when I was in therapy, she just was like, you're not even the same person you are when that first session. Like, that first session... Bruh, that first session, I was on the way to Atlanta to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of my company. Like, I had my first session and got in the car and went and turned up all weekend.
Wow.
And to know that, like, I can tell that that's not me anymore. Mm-hmm. And just for her to, just bring it, all full circle. She was like, it almost feels like you graduated from therapy. I said, no, I'm not, because I still got a whole bunch of bullshit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but still, it just was.
Yeah, and it's good for like you said, somebody that's biased to see the change in you, and especially a good positive change. Because mine did the same thing. She was like,
see,
yeah, she was like, no matter what anybody say, or whatever, I see the difference and I feel the difference and stuff like that. So
yeah, she just was like and I think something that therapy helped with. Like I had grudges that I held against myself, shit I hadn't forgiven myself for, and that helped a lot with airing it out and addressing the anger I had within me. And
it's hard. It's hard to forgive yourself. It's so hard. That's the thing I deal with too. It's just hard, especially when what you did, like when you do something and it like hurts like so many people, not just like one or two, but you talking like just
other
so
people's lives. Yeah,
and it's hard. It's hard to sit there and just be like, well, shit, fuck it, it's done now. It's like that's sort of the approach. You like, you can't change it, but especially if you're a person who feel that you have a good heart, it's like you don't want. It's like you can't even look at it like that. Like fuck it, it is what it is. I can't change it now. It's like you try to look at it, but you can't. That shit is hard.
You about to make me cry. That's how I felt ending my company. Like, all of these lives are going to be affected.
Yeah.
And it's not from a point of malice. It's from
just
and all I could think about was I'm going to lose all of these connections that I built.
Yeah.
And it's not just my life and my company and my business partner's life that I'm affected. It's the people around us as well that's going to be affected. Those were some serious sessions about dealing with that. So I get it.
You talking friend, like people you really built a relationship with that now is like they don't even look at you the same. And it's like,
and don't even talk to me.
Yes, and and then by you being the type of person that you are, that's tough to deal with.
It is
that's
hard,
tough, and that's very hard to forgive yourself. But then you gotta look at it, if you're not forgiving yourself, it's gonna make it even that much harder for anybody else to forgive you. So it's tough. It's real tough.
Looking at things from a different perspective helps because we worry, we overthink. We always, I don't know about you, but imagine these insane possibilities that will never happen.
Yes.
And it's like, you got to picture it from a different perspective.
Yep.
Had you not gone through what you've gone through, imagine the doors that would not have been open.
Yeah.
Had I not decided it's time to leave this alone, would I even have this podcast?
You're right.
Would I even be in the same mental space now had I still held on to something that I knew that I didn't love anymore?
Yeah, because your mind is always gonna win.
Yeah,
it's always gonna win because it's gonna build whatever scene that you make it build.
You thought some bullshit into existence because you done worried about it and stayed up all night. So
so it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Wow, just wow.
It's tough, man. It's tough, but feeling the way other people felt about it, that helps too, because it's like, it lets you know, like dude, it's way bigger than you. It's way bigger than you. So yeah, man.
So yeah, damn. All right, now.
Hey man, I'm just being honest.
That turned the corner quick.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. It's tough, man. You gotta find a way to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to.
So something I had gravitated away from because forgot.
Sorry.
My section of the podcast where we talk about why being a Virgo is so dope.
Oh, yeah. You
only
did it like once, right?
Right. And I have a whole page full of Virgo shit. So I'm like,
man. You gotta get right. Come on, man.
And I don't even know. I think I might have said this one already, but it goes so perfect with the podcast. I'm saying it again. Why being a Virgo is so dope from Canadian Motherlucker, excuse me. Because nevertheless we persist. And I was like, hell yeah. So shout out to you for commenting on my post, because I got hundreds of followers. I think I'm like 7 commented. But it is what it is.
It is what it
Y'all
is.
Seen it.
It's all important. Oh, that was from your...
that was from it. Because nevertheless, we persist.
What's the name?
Canadian.Motherlucker.
All right. Well, shout out to the Motherlucker.
Isn't that a dope ass name?
That is.
So yeah, and it's like, we are very persistent. And I had to think about it like,